Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my shop. Alright, today we're going to do a review on the modification I did to this about 2 years ago and about 5,000 miles. So I've got about 2 years and 5,000 miles on this car since I've done the modification of going from ported vacuum to full vacuum at idle. And I've got some pretty good results to give. And well, I'll tell you what I'll do. To keep you all from having to sit through a long bunch of talking, I'll get to the gist of it. It's been a very good modification. I'm very happy with it. And I'm going to go ahead and say that if you want to wake your engine up, it is a good modification to do, especially to a small block Chevrolet. So anyway, you can stay tuned and I'll cover more of the particulars and we'll go from there. Now, I haven't ran this in about 4 days or so. Yeah, it's been about 4 days. Been a bunch of rain. So I'm going to check the oil. I'm pretty sure I don't need to add any oil. It doesn't go through it, but I'm going to check it anyway since it's sat so long. Yep, not a bit. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cold start it. That may have a little bit longer extended cranking time because what happens is after 4 more days, enough of the fuel will evaporate out of the fuel bowl and there won't be enough in it to start. But I'm going to pump it generally, since I haven't started in a while, I'm going to give it 3 pumps. It'll set the automatic choke and we'll see if it'll start right up. There's 3 pumps. Let's see. I've got you out here because it's at fast idle. The temps have been cold, so it's going to take it a minute or 2 before it'll kick down. So we'll kick down on this here. Now this engine doesn't have the OEM style hot air choke coil that controls the choke. It's been modified to an electric that I've had to repair and replace. So it's a little different operating than your standard 75, but it's more akin to the later models that went to an electric choke. But anyway. Finding that happy medium's been something else because, well, it's not the exact choke. I tried to spec it to like a later model, and I still can't get it just right, but it's close enough and it works good. So anyway, what we're going to do is I've got to go, my day job here is take care of some ball fields. I'm going to take this and run up there and check it out, and we'll do a little road test and do some explanations while we're riding. So if you want to hear some more about this modification that's working great, hang around, stay tuned, and ride along with me. All right, welcome aboard here. All right, we got a lot of traffic here this morning. They're doing construction on the road, so can't do any opening up yet, but we'll get around to it. Right now, it's still slightly, it's probably around 50 degrees, a cold 50 degrees. We've had rain for the past couple days, and just standing water everywhere, and I'm going to check the fields out to see if I can prepare them for some makeup games tonight, because they got rained out last night. So anyway, I don't think it's going to work, but we'll see. But anyway, let's get on to talking about the full manifold vacuum advance modification to this 75 Corvette. Now, this would be applicable to more than just a Corvette, okay? You can, any small block Chevy, this you can benefit from it. And from what I've seen, small block Fords and Mopars could benefit from it too. Now, I'll tell you my settings I've finally settled on, and I'm very happy with them. It's been an experiment all along, but I think I'm at the point now where I'm not changing anything. I'm very happy with the performance and where it's at. I start good, cold start, you've seen it. Hot restart, it's great. Idle, low speed, high speed, acceleration, it does good in all of it. I took this to there was a big vet show a couple weekends ago, it's about a 40-mile interstate run from here, and so I took it. I ran 70 to 80 mile an hour the whole time, and when I got into the town, it's Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. When I hit Sevierville, which is the first town you hit before you get to Pigeon Forge, the traffic picks up bad, and it was bumper to bumper. Then I got a wild hair to go check out Gatlinburg while I was up there. I sat in bumper to bumper traffic, and I watched a red light turn green and red 4 times before I was able to get through it. The guy was letting me, so I took it. But anyway, well, we're getting close to the school zones. I'm not going to open it up here. But, so in bumper to bumper traffic, it never got to 200 degrees on the engine temp. Never got to it. And I'm talking about I watched the light change 4 times. So one of the benefits of the full vacuum advance idle modification is that you'll run cooler. Well, I really didn't keep a whole lot of track on this engine before I did the modification. But like I say, this is a stock 350, the L48 from 75. It's been desmogged. And I'll go over some more of the modifications, but it never got hot. And I'm talking about bumper to bumper traffic, sitting and watching a light change 4 times. That's bad, boys and girls, that traffic. And this passed with flying colors. The interstate run to and fro, great. The traffic, the slow traffic and idle, great. So far, it did really good. All right, now I'm out at the fields. And let's see what we got here. Oh, that's one of the fields there, and that is underwater. Oh, me. you're still with me, I'll give you some particulars. Right now, this is a 75 Corvette with the L48 350. Now, 75 was the first year that they went to the catalytic converter and all that smog control garbage that really robbed the engine of any past performance horsepower. It for its day, 75, it wasn't bad, but compared to its predecessors and what they started to do after this, it's pretty bad as far as the low horsepower numbers. I think the big three invested more money in lobbyists than they did in R&D and trying to get ahead of the curve, and so they got caught and had to come and meet these emission standards. And what they did is they went crazy with vacuum, air injection, catalytic converter, and reduced timing and reduced compression, and all that added up to lower horsepower. So anyway, to me, I wanted to get this horsepower up at least to a decent level, befitting of, you know, a Corvette Stingray. So to do this mod, to get the performance to this level, you really need to get rid of all the smog control, cap all unused vacuum ports. I mean, leaking vacuum is leaking performance, okay? So you've got to get rid of all the smog, cap all the vacuum that you're not using, and install some headers and true dual exhaust. That right there will wake your engine up beyond, way beyond stock. Now, the engine is a 2-bolt main, not a 4-bolt, so you know you can put a lot more money into it by hardware. But my whole gist was to increase performance on a shoestring budget. In other words, if I want to finally get some horsepower, I'm going to do it with an engine 4-bolt main that's capable of handling the horsepower. But anyway, so we're at that point. Now you get to the tune part. Now, going to full manifold vacuum at idle, you have a few things you have to do in order to do that. And the first thing you need to do is set your maximum mechanical advance. Now, I played around with that setting. Well, really, the first thing you want to do is email Lars Grimswald, and I'm going to put across the screen here will pop up his email, and in the description of this video will be his email. You want to email him, and he will send you his papers on how to do these mods. Now, it works, so I would highly recommend it. But I'll give you a verbal what I did and go from there. First off, you want to set your maximum mechanical advance. In other words, you disconnect your vacuum, plug it to the distributor. You want no vacuum advance in this test, and you want to run your your engine to the RPM where the mechanical advance ceases to advance, okay? And that's called the max mechanical advance. Generally, that'll be around 3,000 RPM, okay? So at 3,000 RPM, you want to set your maximum mechanical advance by adjusting your timing, your distributor, to 36 degrees, okay? 36 degrees. I played around from everything from 30 to 36, and 36 is where mine is the most happy, and that's where the paperwork, Lars' paperwork also says. So I've settled on 36. Now, lock the distributor down, because you're not going to adjust it anymore. Now, let your engine idle. You may have to set your idle speed down some. You may have to set it up. Depends upon what your setting was before, okay? Now, check what your idle speed RPM is. Now, this is an automatic, so I want my idle speed to be between actually the ultimate is 650 RPM at in gear idling. That takes me to about 750 to 800 RPM with the shifter with the transmission in neutral. Okay, so check your idle there, and mine came up to be 17 degrees before top dead center. Now don't lose your cool yet, because you figure that's way high, you're going to have valve ping. Well, you will if you don't hook your vacuum back up. Okay, so now you want to hook your vacuum back up. Now check your idle timing. Mine jumped all the way up to 25 degrees before top dead center. Yes, at idle. And you're going to have to set your idle down. I guarantee you will have to set your idle back down again. Okay. So, after setting my idle back down to where it belonged, which is around 750 RPM in idle, in neutral, 650 RPM in gear, and I'm at 25 degrees before top dead center. Now, what you want to do is now run your engine back up to 3,000 RPM again, and you want to see what your maximum advance is with the vacuum connected and mechanical combined. All right. Now mine came out to be about 45 degrees. You never want that to be above 51. That is too much. Okay. So if you're above at 51 or above, you're going to have to do what you have to do is you're going to have to change out your vacuum advance module, because it's just giving too much advance. Now I had to do that. Mine was given I think about 12 degrees, which put me at about 47, 48, and I felt that was too close to that 51 threshold. So I ordered one, according, now this is in Lars papers that you need to email to get. And I ordered one, and the one I ordered was the VC1703, because I've got an HEI distributor, okay? Now that gives a maximum of about 6 degrees of at full advance at maximum vacuum. And that worked out great. So actually, when you do the numbers, I'm sitting at about between 6 and 8 degrees of maximum advance with that new vacuum advance unit. So anyway, that's the numbers I'm sitting at, which are, so now I can look at my paper. My initial is now with no vacuum connected, 17 degrees before top dead center. My mechanical and vacuum, in other words, my idle timing now with the vacuum connected manifold full manifold vacuum is now 25 degrees before top dead center. My maximum mechanical only, which is the benchmark, that is what you set before anything else. All these other numbers is just where it falls. It's 36 degrees before top dead center. That's where you want to set it. And my maximum mechanical and vacuum advance at 3,000 RPM is 45 degrees. A little over 45, between 45 and 46. And this engine runs great at them settings. And I did have to change out my stock vacuum advance module because it was giving too much. Now, how you know you got too much is you'll have what's called trailer hitch, and you'll feel your engine kind of doing like this. If you feel that, you're getting too much advance, and like I said, you don't want to be at 51 or higher. A little bit of waste of rubber was just nailing it from a dead stop. There was no power braking at all. Now this car Now this has also got this has got the turbo hydromatic 400 automatic transmission, and it's also got the 3.08 gears. So this is more tuned for 55-mile-an-hour highway driving than it was for any quarter-mile or eighth-mile racing. So it wasn't designed to be a whole shot car. So that's what it can do. That's what that tune has done as far as increasing the performance of this car. And I did take it to an eighth-mile drag strip, and I challenged two of my buddies. Both of them have vets. One's a 66, who's been updated to a 350, and the other is a C5, I'm sorry, C4 with a, I guess it's an L, maybe an LS, but it's probably an LT. But anyway, both engines are more powerful than this. Now, I clocked in the 8th mile, my best time. I did 2 runs. I did 66 mile an hour was my fastest. Now, I gave that C4 a pretty good run till the end. He got me at the end.
'73 and '66.
Pretty good. And the C2 that I did not record, he went sideways out of the hole, so I got the jump on him there. And then when he caught up and snatched second, well, he went sideways again, and that was just enough for me to edge him. So I beat a C2 with more power. But like, again, that's only because he was laying rubber instead of going. So anyway, if I want to get any more performance out of this engine, I'm going to have to, I didn't know if he was going to keep coming out. I would have to do some major work. Probably the next best thing to do would be a cam upgrade, which would be I believe it's a comp cam. What is it, 368? Is it 368? It'll zoom across the screen here. But that's an H, 368 maybe. Anyway, that would be the first, and then the next would be heads. But the main problem is still, since this is only 8.5 to 1 compression, and that was when it was brand new. So it's I doubt it's making that kind of compression now. It's got about 62,800 miles. So and that's pretty accurate. He could have, the way this operates, and I have pulled the valve covers. I've dropped the oil pan, replaced the oil pan, and seen the inside of the engine somewhat, and it looks like it's pretty close to being accurate. It's not a high mileage engine. But anyway, the problem with this L48 and 75 was they went to what's called dished pistons, which and that coupled with 76cc heads makes the compression on this thing so low that in order to get this performance up to snuff, you would have to replace your pistons with some flat tops, and then you'd have to change out your heads to something with a whole lot smaller combustion chambers, maybe somewhere around 62. And well, then you can get up there, 300, 350 horsepower, no problem. But at that cost, you're getting close to just what a crate engine will run you. So just depends upon what you want to do. This is a numbers matching engine. It's just something to ponder. But to tell you the truth, right now, I'm thinking more about getting the air conditioning back to working than I am increasing performance. So anyway, we got some sunlight, we got a dry road, And let's get out here and do a little cruising. To mention, I had a couple of requests for a review of the going to full manifold vacuum, and so that kind of prompted me to just go ahead and do this video. You know, I didn't when I went back and checked my records, I didn't realize I've had this car for 2 years, and I didn't realize I did this mod 2 years ago. I'm kind of surprised I only got 5,000 miles on it in that 2 years. So anyway, thought I'd have more, but then again, it's splitting time with the truck, the 49 Chevy truck, which gets most of its driving time now in the winter. But I believe he's going to get some new windshields, but that's another story. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the cruise. It's ending up being a beautiful day. The fields were too muddy. Can't. I recommended they postpone till tomorrow, and we'll see from there. It's just too muddy, too soft. You know, no sense in dragging, and I couldn't mark the fields because it'd sink. So anyway, so might as well take a cruise, right? So I hope everything's going good with you and yours. Everything's going great here. Can't complain. Won't do me no good to complain anyway. Just carry on. Take care of that business. Have a good one. I hope to see you around on the next one. See you.